students, welcome to the online classes of Sri Mahavir International School. I hope you all are fit and fine at your home and also enjoying the online classes of our school. Students, today I am back with my new video. I am going to teach you grammar portion. In grammar portion, today we learn about subject verb agreement. The chapter number 4 of our grammar syllabus is subject verb agreement. Before starting the chapter, I want to tell you that have you enjoyed the last video? I hope you enjoyed the last video of literature portion, chapter number 1, whistles and shaving bristles. I hope you understand the story. You find the question answers and write the hard words in your notebook. So, today I think having some change in your class. So, I start the grammar session, chapter number 4, subject verb agreement. Beta, first we have to know what is subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. Subject, as I taught you in my previous classes of grammar, previous videos of grammar, that subject, beginning part, it is the first part of the sentence. As we know, there are two parts of the sentence. First part is subject and second part is predicate. The first part is subject here. What are the subject? Subject should be I, we, you, they, he, she, it, any name, singular noun, plural noun, this, that, these, those, etc. These all are the subject. Verb what is? Verbs are here as auxiliary verbs are principal verb. In class 4th, I taught you tenses, and in the tenses, we learn what are auxiliary verbs and what are principal verbs. First, have a quick revision of auxiliary verbs and principal verbs. Auxiliary verbs are is, am, are, do, did, does, has, have, had, was, were, will, shall. These are the basic auxiliary verbs. Okay. By these verbs, we come to know which tense is this or not. Now, here in the chapter, subject verb agreement, like whatever the verbs we use, the verb we use according to the subject. And subject verb agreement is here that if the subject is singular, the verb also use singular. If the subject is plural, the verb also use plural. But which one that? That is only in the case of auxiliary verbs. In the case of auxiliary verbs. But when we use the subject and with the subject we use principal verb. What are principal verb? Principal verbs are action words. Okay, whatever the action we do in the whole day, that is action word. And these action words are divided into first form of the verb, second form of the verb and third form of the verb. So, when the subject is singular, okay, when the subject is singular, verb, which verb? Principal verb, use according to the subject condition, according to the tense. Let's see. First, we do the quick warm-up of the chapter. You can see better on the screen that complete these sentences with correct form, correct verbs. My cousin dash come home this weekend. My cousin is here a subject. Okay. And we have a choice. What we use is and are. As you all know that my cousin is a singular subject. So we use with the singular subject a singular verb, and singular verb is. So what we write? My cousin is coming home this weekend. Next, my cousins. My cousins. Cousins here, a plural subject. So we use here are. So what I write here? My cousins are coming home this weekend. Next, I. As I taught you in my last class or in class 4th that I having a best friend of auxiliary verb, that is am. So, I am visiting my grandmother on Sunday. I am visiting my grandmother on Sunday. Come to the next. We dash going to the fair this weekend. We, what is we? We is a plural subject, so we use we are. We are going to the fair this weekend. Come to the number 5. He dash groceries from the store. So he is a singular subject. Okay, he is a singular subject. As we know, if the singular subject given, so we use verb first plus s and es. So what I use here? He buys. He buys groceries from this store. What is the answer? He buys groceries from the stores. As we know that with the singular subject, in the present simple tense, we use subject verb first form plus ses, like he, she, it, any name and singular noun. These all are a singular subject. And when we find singular subject in any sentence and the sentence is present indefinite, so we use first form of the verb plus ses. Here we find he. He is a singular subject and we having option buy and buys. So with the he we use verb first form plus ses. So we find here buys. The boys dash football on Sunday. The boys is here plural subject. So we use only first form of the verb. So I write here the boys play football on Sunday. Come to the next. We blank a lot of homework to do. So we is a plural subject. So we have a lot of homework to do. Come to the next. She dash a lot of toys. She is a singular subject. So we use singular verb. She has a lot of toys. Beta, this is a quick warm-up of your last class which you learnt in class 4th. I hope you understand this table. Solve this exercise in your grammar book at your home. Okay? Now, let's begin the chapter. What is subject-verb agreement? You have learned that the subject always agrees with the verb in the sentence. As we all know that subject always agrees with the sentence. Verbs in a sentence. Subject is there and subject always agrees with the in a sentence. If the subject is singular, as I tell you beta, if the subject is singular, the verb is also singular. When the subject is plural, the verb is also plural. Okay. Again I am repeating. You have learned that the subject always agrees with the verb in the sentence. Whatever the verbs we use in any sentence, whether the verb is singular verb or a plural verb, okay, whether the verb is auxiliary verb or a principal verb, we use it according to the condition of the subject. Okay, so the condition is here. If the subject is singular, the verb is singular, and when the subject is plural, the verb is also plural. Let us learn more about the subject-verb agreement. This is the previous part of your class, that whenever the subject is singular, the auxiliary verb also use singular. And whenever the subject is plural, the auxiliary verb also use in a plural form. You can see all this in this part. Okay. Now let's come to the second part of this chapter, subject-verb agreement. Now students, let us learn more about the subject-verb agreement. Before starting to learn more about subject-verb agreement, we clear what is auxiliary verb in a way of singular or a plural way. What we learn? We learn that what are auxiliary verbs in a singular and plural way. As you know, beta, is, am, are, do, did, does, has, have, had, was, were, will, shall are the auxiliary verbs. Here I am showing you that these auxiliary verbs are divided in singular auxiliary verb and plural auxiliary verb. Singular auxiliary verbs are is, am, was, has, does, had, did, will, shall. Plural auxiliary verb are, were, have, do, had, did, will, shall. You can see the last line. In the last line, you can see had, did, will, shall. Had, did, will, shall. These are some auxiliary verbs which are included in the both as a singular auxiliary verb and a plural auxiliary verb. बेटा had, did और will, shall ये auxiliary verbs कुछ ऐसी हैं जो common हैं, जो singular में भी use होती है और plural में भी use होती है. How we know? We know it when I taught you in the class 4th that in the definite tense, okay, definite is, perfect, past perfect, present perfect and future perfect, okay. In past perfect, we use had, okay, had as an auxiliary verb and had we use with the all subject. Did in indefinite, we use in a all subject, okay, past indefinite. Will and shall use in a future tense, and future tense will is used with he, she, it, any name, singular noun and plural noun, and shall use with I and we. This is a basic knowledge which you learn in class 4th. I am giving you here a revision of that. Beta, again I am repeating, these are the auxiliary verbs and these are the singular auxiliary verbs. Singular auxiliary verbs include as a is, am, was, has, does. Plural auxiliary verbs are, were, have, do. But these are some common auxiliary verbs which are included in both had, did, will, shall. Had we use in past perfect, did we use in past indefinite, and will and shall we use in future tense. So beta, I hope you understand what are auxiliary verbs in singular auxiliary verb and plural auxiliary verb. Now come back to the textbook. The indefinite pronouns. As you know what is pronoun? A word used instead of noun is called pronoun, and indefinite pronoun is one of the type of pronoun that is refers to people and things in a general way. In a general way. It means whenever we are referring to the people and the things in a general way, like we are including all or none of them, we use as a general way, and some words are there using in a general way that are anyone, everyone, someone, no one, nobody. What are the indefinite pronouns? Anyone, everyone, someone, no one, nobody and somebody. Let's see what we do when we find these words in any sentence regarding the topic subject verb agreement. If we find indefinite pronoun we find, and what are these indefinite pronouns? These indefinite pronouns are anyone, everyone, someone, no one, nobody, somebody, everybody, okay. So what we do? We use singular verb with them because these words are always in a singular form, okay. Let's read the text with me. In indefinite pronouns like anyone, everyone, someone, no one and nobody are always singular. These words are included as a singular subjects, we can say, and take a singular verb. With these verbs, we always use a singular verb. For example, everyone has. Everyone we find here. This everyone is a indefinite pronoun. As we know that with the indefinite pronoun, we use singular auxiliary verb. This I also teach you in this dividation that has is a singular auxiliary verb. So everyone has done his or her homework. I hope beta you understand it. Next is somebody has left her purse. Somebody use as a indefinite pronoun. Okay, it is includes in an indefinite pronoun. So with the indefinite pronoun what we use? We use singular verb and has is a singular verb. I hope you understand this first concept, that whenever we find indefinite pronouns in any sentence, which indefinite pronoun? Anyone, everyone, someone, no one, everybody, somebody. Okay. When we find these words in any sentence, we always use singular auxiliary verbs. And what are singular auxiliary verbs? Is, am, was, has, does, had, did, will, shall. Okay. Now turn the page. Come to the page number 14. Some indefinite pronouns like all, some, none. Here we find some more indefinite pronouns that are like, some, none. Okay. Are singular or plural. These are including in both singular and plural depending on what are they referring of. ये depend करता है कि ये words किसे refer कर रहे हैं. Let's see. Some of the beads are missing. Beads here use as a countable noun. Okay. And some we find, so we use here are. Some of the water is gone. Water is uncountable noun. So we use is with some, because as we learn here that some, all, none are singular or plural, but they are depending what they are referring to. वो क्या refer कर रहे हैं. तो some of the beads को हम count कर सकते हैं. Okay, so we use here are. Some of the water is uncountable now, so we use here is. Okay, let's come to the next. Each is always singular and requires a singular verb. Now one more indefinite pronoun we find here, that is each. Each is always singular. Each को हम singular word use करते हैं and we always use singular verb with the word each. Let's see. Each of the students. Don't getting confused if you find here students, because students is a plural noun, but we use auxiliary verb according to this indefinite pronoun. As we know that each is always used as a singular, so we use each of the student is. Okay, is a singular verb, so we write here is. Again I am repeating beta, जब भी each हमें किसी sentence में मिलता है, okay, we find each, and each of the students we are talking about the every student, each student, एक एक student के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, so we use here is. As we know that each is always used as a singular, and with this each singular we use a singular verb, and we know what are singular verb. Again I am repeating, is, am, was, has, does, had, did, will, shall. I hope you understand the concept second of subject verb agreement. Now come to the concept third. The pronouns neither and either. Okay, some of the books also having a pronunciation neither and either. Okay, the pronouns neither and either are singular. These two words are singular. Singular matlab one, and require singular verbs. Okay, either and neither are also included as a singular subject. Okay, singular words, and these singular words also required a singular verb. Even through they seems to be referring or two things. ये जो words हैं ये two things को refer करते हैं. Okay, they are referring the two things. Instead of that, we use always singular verbs with them. If we find in the sentence either and neither, we use always singular verb. Instead of that, we find what? We find two things in the sentence. Let's see. Neither of neither of the two traffic lights. So what we are talking about, the two traffic lights is working. Because we find here neither, so we use only singular verbs just because of the word neither, whether the subject is plural. Okay, अगर हमें neither और either words मिलते भी हैं और हमारा जो subject है या noun है प्लूरल फॉर्म में दिया हुआ है, तो भी हम लोग उसके साथ सिंगुलर ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब ही यूज करेंगे. कम टू द नेक्स्ट, ईदर. ईदर इज ऑल्सो यूज एज अ सिंगुलर, सो वी यूज हेयर ईदर इज फाइन विथ मी. I hope beta you find the third concept of either and neither. Okay, now come to the fourth. With subjects that are joined by. Now we just take a second part of either and neither. First we know that when we find either and neither, जब भी हमें किसी सेंटेंस में either और neither words मिलते हैं, so we use only singular verb. अब condition are change here. Let's see क्या condition है यहाँ पे. With subjects that are joined by either or and neither nor. जब भी हमें subject मिल रहे हैं either or and neither nor, what we do? The verb agrees with the subject nearer to it. For example, अब जब हमें subject किसी sentence में either or भी मिलता है और neither nor मिलता है, तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, जो और के पास वाला subject होगा हम उसके according verb use करेंगे. Let's see. Either my friend or my brothers. तो और के बाद वाला subject क्या है, my brothers, and brothers are plural, so I write here are going to sell the house. मैं वापस रिपीट कर रही हूँ बच्चे, जब भी किसी सेंटेंस में either and neither हमें नॉर्मल वे में मिलेंगे, ओके, उसके साथ और यूज नहीं होगा, और मतलब OR वर्ड यूज नहीं होगा, तो हम लोग उसके साथ सिंगुलर वर्ब यूज करेंगे. बट when we find in the subject either or, it means we use either plus or. Okay, in the sentence we find both the word either or word मिलता है, तो हम लोग और के जो बाद में subject होगा, it means after the or whatever the subject number is. अब यहाँ subject का number singular है या plural? My brother is plural, so we use plural auxiliary verb. Either my father or my brothers are going to sell the house. So when we find either or, we use the auxiliary verb according to the subject number which is nearer to the or. जब भी हम either or दिखता है सेंटेंस में, तो हम verb को किसके अकॉर्डिंग यूज करेंगे, जो भी सब्जेक्ट और के नियर बाय होगा. और के नियर मतलब पास में कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है, my brothers, and my brothers is singular or plural? This is plural, so we use here are. Come to the next. Neither my brothers nor my father is going to sell the house. अब either के साथ और neither के साथ nor. Okay? जब भी हमें neither और nor मिलता है, तो हम क्या करेंगे, same as a either or, that we use the verb according to the subject which is nearer to the nor. हम verb उसी के अकॉर्डिंग यूज करेंगे जो nor के नियर सब्जेक्ट है. अब nor के नियर सब्जेक्ट का हमें पहले नंबर देखना है, that it is singular or a plural. My father is a singular, so we use here is. अगर यहाँ पे होता nor they, तो इसके साथ यूज हो जाता are. I hope beta you understand the first part of this, that what is subject verb agreement. Beta read the chapter and try to do the exercise. Okay, bye bye, have a nice day.